Now, when you start to work out, your body is going to release lactic acid and you're going to feel a lot of pain. And especially the next day when you wake up, you might feel like, oh my God, my whole body is aching, I cannot move. But if you start to work out again, the minute the muscle starts to warm out, your pain will go away. But if you don't exercise the next day and your muscles stays cool for 2 to 3 days, you can be walking with all this pain and ache. Okay, so working out daily will teach your body to release that lactic acid much quicker and you will recover. The longer you work out and exercise, the stronger your body will become. Your lymphatic system will be moving toxics out of your body much quicker. You will inhale more oxygen and you would exhale more monoxide. Your liver would learn to absorb and store more glycogen, and also your muscles will learn how to absorb more glycogen, so you will have more energy to work out aerobically. Do not use any sort of caffeine or aspirin. That's the old school before you work out. And please, if you want to lose weight really quickly, don't use any kind of bars because those are filled up with sugar and a lot of stuff that you don't want, and their percentage of fats are very, very high. So I'm going to move in for women who like to lose weight very quickly. How would you go on with your diet? Number one rules: cut back on all sugars, everything that made of sugar, including all artificial sweeteners. Okay, remember, when you're taking sugars, that's simple carbohydrate. What happens when you take simple carbohydrate? It gets into your blood, it gives you a rush of energy, it crashes you down further than when you got started, and now you're starving, your body is shaking, and you're craving more sugar and more carbohydrate. But you have to learn to cut it back in total. Honey would be a better choice, but still remember that is a simple carbohydrate. It's still going to play with your blood sugar. And when you take in too many simple carbohydrates, what happens? Your body starts to releases a huge amount of insulin. As a result, your body is going to reserve more fat and is going to store the fat instead of burning it for a fuel. That's rule number one, and it's very important. Number two, try to stay with whatever the Mother Nature provides us. Raw food, salads, vegetables, sprouts, and fruits. Stay away from all manufactured, man-made supermarket stuff. They use additives in their food, and what that does to you, you're going to eat them, and it's kind of like taking a drug. It gives you addiction. You feel constantly hungry, you become obsessed about food, and you don't know why you're eating so much. Okay, so try to make your food at home. Make 3 or 4 salads per day, and then add a little lean protein to it. Also remember that you have to take enough protein or amino acids per day. That is very crucial in order for you to gain muscles and lose body fat. Amino acids are building blocks of our cells. Okay, they helps with the production of collagen. Collagen is what makes us youthful and young. So take enough amino acid. When you exercising, you have to take more vitamins, minerals, and amino acids to recover for all the workout, and especially if you're weightlifting, you need even more proteins or amino acids per day. Stay away from gluten. Try to go gluten free. If you don't know what glutens are protein found in wheat, barleys, and rye. But in today's market, gluten is all over. Is in salad dressing, is in pasta, It's in all the sauces. So try to be a homemaker. Make your salad, make your salad dressing yourself. You can go to my website, sudabe.com. There is a lot of information about gluten, how to be gluten free, about salads, about nutrition, and about all of that good stuff. Okay? Also, stay away from dairies. Dairies are not good for us. If you stop eating dairies for a couple of years and then have a piece of cheese or a yogurt, you will see that you're starting to feel like your sinuses is getting messed up, your eyes are starting to run down, and that is all because it's wrong information that we should drink milk. You can get enough calcium from broccoli, from green leafy vegetables. You don't need to have milk or any kind of dairies, okay? So in general, I believe when you study alternative medicine, they talk about separations of fruits, carbohydrates, and protein. And I'm a huge believer of that. When you separate your fruits, you know, we always hear that fruits are full of vitamins and minerals. But that is right if you eat the fruits alone and you're not mixing it with anything else. You're going to be eating your carbohydrates, for instance, your rice, brown rice, wild rice, breads, pastas, with vegetables, salads, soy, and other carbohydrate groups. And you will eat your proteins, whether it's lean, chicken, turkey, fish, seafood, with salad, vegetables, and sprout. So pretty much salads and vegetables are neutral. They can go, although they're in the categories of carbohydrates, but they can also be eaten with your proteins. But do not mix fruits with any other categories, okay? If you want to lose weight quickly, stay away from simple carbohydrates. And as I mentioned before, fruits are also simple carbohydrates, and they will play with our blood sugar and the playing of the insulin, and our fat cells are going to be storing more and more. So if you want to eat fruits, just do one time. You can have your fruits together, and then preferably before 2 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? From the afternoon on, you want to be on lean proteins, salads, and vegetables. Okay, now since you're not buying any more salad dressing from supermarket, I'm going to give you a simple recipe for your salads. Olive oils, salt and pepper, fresh squeezed limes and lemons, or if you love vinaigrette, just mix the vinaigrette with olive oil, salt and pepper, and that would be a perfect, delicious salad dressing without any preservative. Use sea salt at all time. Is much better than just using regular salt. Now, first thing in the morning, I would prefer that you start with protein, because if you start your morning with proteins, that would stabilize your blood sugars, and you're not going to be having all that ups and downs that you get from carbohydrates. Try to limit your carbs, especially your starchy carbs, as much as you can. So starting your morning with eggs omelette, you can have it with slices of cucumbers, tomatoes, green onions, bell peppers, and all of these for breakfast. And from then on, if you want to have a fruits, you can have it 3 hours later. You can have a couple of fruits, and then give yourself another 2 or 3 hours before you go to your next meals. And your next meals could be all salads with a piece of lean chicken, turkey, or fish throughout the day. Stop snacking. Nowhere except US we are constantly eating. I mean, foods are everywhere. We are used to such a big, huge portion, and we are constantly snacking. Snacking will make you gain weight. So give yourself 3 hours between each meal that you're eating. Keep your portion size small and sweet. chew on your food. One of the biggest problem we have is indigestions, and that's because we're not chewing on our food enough for the enzyme to release and break down the food. But now that you're going to separate your fruits, proteins, and carbohydrates, that will help you tremendously with your indigestion, with your weight loss, and you will see that you will feel much lighter. Now that we're talking about nutrition, I want to add up one more thing here, and that is eat for your blood type. According to our blood types, we all have hidden food allergies. For instance, blood type O, they cannot digest wheat, rye, barley, and dailies, and gluten. So the minute they eat that, they start to be anxious, they get anxiety. I have done a research on this, and I see a lot of people who have ADD or OCD, or they have a lot of anxiety, they have O blood type. They're extremely sensitive people, and the gluten and wheat is underlying problems why these people are so sensitive. I give you another example. If you're a blood type B, your biggest food allergy is chicken and lentil. Blood type A, they cannot digest animal products more than 4 or 5 times per week. So blood type A's are better to have vegetarian diet, or if they are taking proteins, the separations of fruit, carbohydrates, and protein will help them a lot. You can also use enzyme. We have papaya enzymes, and we have many mixed enzymes that would help you with your indigestion. Or if you start to separate fruits, proteins, and carbohydrates, because their body can release only 1 or 2 enzymes for the breakdown of carbohydrates into glucose and proteins into amino acids, then you're not going to be facing the bloating and all of those problems. But if you still do, you can use ginger. Ginger will help you with your digestions and with your bloating. You can make a ginger tea. Just purchase fresh ginger and cut it up, chop it up, and make a tea out of it, or use it in your food. Now, since we're starting to have a totally healthy lifestyle, when you want to eat, don't be on a rush. Don't eat when you're stressed out or you have anxiety.